it's Donna Drake, and I am here on Soul Free. That's right, I'm on Harlan's show today, and you might recognize a dear friend of ours, David Burke. Chef David Burke, woohoo! And you said these are yours.
Yeah.
All right, so what did we have here?
To be passing. This is a goat cheese artichoke and cream spinach empanada from Ventanas, and that's a churrasco steak quesadilla. And these are two items that'll be at Mojitos by David Burke downstairs, outside in the park. Well, so we're excited. We did it. We've done the Mojitos for a couple of years now.
Now, by David Burke actually means something now. I want to know how many items are by David Burke. Did you keep track along the way? Like bacon,
menu?
Yeah, like all the different things you've made. I mean, are they like babies?
We have a lot of signature dishes.
Okay.
And sometimes we vary the ingredients in those dishes, but in general, for this concept, we stay a little more Latin. But we have a lot of restaurants by David Burke and dishes by David Burke that are signatures, and we reinvent them sometimes, and sometimes they're just perfectly done the way they should be. And we're happy about that because it's hard to get something that really works decade after decade. But people are more open-minded, and we can change things. But as we open new places, we have an Italian concept now called the Goat in Union Beach, and we bought a bakery. So we keep expanding and trying new things.
It's very exciting. Now, Harlan, I know you're a big foodie. I'm going to pass the mic over to you.
Yeah. First of all, I just have to say, Dave, it's such a pleasure to be here. You're an old dear friend. Now, we talk about sneakers and the creative process a lot on Soul Free. But right now, we've got the GOAT here because this is the man who invented the thick cut bacon on the clothesline. So, I mean, if you could autograph that and certify it for me, that would be such a gift.
I wish I could trademark it, yeah. It's very hard to trademark food. So the key to being creative in the food world is keep creating. Because if someone will copy it, people that copy you never catch you. But I learned that from Singapore Airlines when I consulted for them. So we create, we get it down pat, and then we go to the next thing. Because, that's really a fun part of my job,
right.
But that was one of those, I hate to say, that was a genius idea to hang it on the clothesline. And because the timing for Instagram and shareability and conversation at the table, that dish fits into all those categories. So,
right.
and it's delicious.
Amongst fat kids around the world,
Yeah.
I must thank you for the bacon on the stick.
This is my research and development lab, right?
Right. And I'm your fact checker, just in case it wasn't figured out already.
Yeah. You're the focus group.
And I got to also tell you, about a couple weeks ago, I had a car full of guys with World Series rings on,
Wow.
and we went to one of your newest creations in New Jersey. Tell me about that spot because it was unbelievable.
You went to 1776 on the green in Morristown, New Jersey, almost a year old. 10 months old. It's it's got indoor golfing in it also as another part of the building, but it's a huge success. It's a beautiful restaurant, great partnership there, and the build out is phenomenal. Beautiful outdoor seating. If you haven't been on the cover of New Jersey Monthly this month, it's got a beautiful outdoor patio, and the weather in September is even better in October to sit outside than the summer. And we're over, lunch and dinner and brunch, and his music. It's great. That's a really, and it's a large concept. So it's great people watching. It's a social restaurant.
Yes.
You don't it's not a place where you check in the maitre d' and sit and you're at your table and you leave. You walk around, you grab a glass of wine, there's people watching. So it's what a modern restaurant feels like on the large box restaurant.
It's experiential.
Experiential,
And
yeah.
that's what tonight's all about. Like at the U.S. Open here tonight, I heard that there's going to be a great tasting.
Oh, tonight,
How's that
yes.
going to be set up?
It's going to be in the stadium, and I believe all of the when you go to a game, they have the concession stands. We're going to be in the concession stands, so people are going to walk around the first ring inside, and then go out to the field.
Originally growing up in this general area, the tri-state area, did you ever get a chance to come to the U.S. Open? Have you ever been to watch tennis game? First time?
No, I was I was a sports kid. I went to Shea Stadium. I went to Yankee Stadium. I was a Giant fan and Jet fan because I grew up in Jersey. Tennis wasn't. No, tennis. We didn't play tennis.
Got it.
No, we didn't. Soccer and tennis were not on. I was not my generation, or just wasn't my neighborhood. But I got to tell you this, even not liking tennis, I don't golf either, although I like it. But to come here, and whether you watch a game or not, or are inside or watching some smaller matches outside or on the big screen in the park, it's a New York day out. It's a festival, and it's a beautiful park, and the food is great.
It is. And look at the garnish on
drinks are
this.
great. That's
I know,
the mojito.
I know. And look at that. It just looks like little tennis balls. I like food that looks artsy, and that's what you do so well. You know, food is art, right?
Well, and it's the end of the summer. Come and before you get back to the grind again, and it's New York. This is the U.S. Open is the largest sporting event in the world, and there's 800,000 people, almost coming through here in the next 2 weeks to enjoy New York City, and enjoy the food and enjoy what we have, the culture and the sporting event.
Now, speaking of culture and people and foodie, there's another foodie right there that I'd love to bring up. So rotate out. You know, like they rotate. Come on over, Maria. Maria! Woo!
And so, David, 800,000 people coming in. If everybody orders one clothesline of bacon.
We don't do the bacon here.
Oh, we're not doing it? Okay.
No, we
because
would not.
that would be 3.2 million slabs we would need. That would be a
I
lot.
like the way you think.
Right? I'm thinking macro, brother.
Yeah.
I'm thinking macro.
I'm going to think about that. Yeah, we need to talk to Goldbelly. But yeah, we don't do that here, especially in a Latin concept. But we do a lot of empanadas, quesadillas, and lots of other good stuff.
Now, Maria, empanada is a big part of your
Well,
try it?
I'm gonna definitely try it, of course.
See, I'm going Queen style. you're a lot more cultured than I
I'm
am.
No,
gonna
I'm
just grab
cutting
this.
for her,
We're not
not for
getting
me.
fancy. Thank you, sir.
Hey,
Oh my God, delicious.
hey,
So
everyone.
good. Really
When you're a
good.
chef, you eat standing up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Everything's on bread or chips
Yep.
or folded or in a small bowl.
I hear you. This is delicious. So, what inspired this concept, the Spanish concept? Did you go on
Well,
an
no.
amazing?
We're partners with Alex Duran at,
Oh,
at
right.
Ventanas and San Cubano.
Ventana.
And these recipes come from what we developed there.
Oh, delicious. So good. So,
And because
we're just gonna eat now.
well,
Yeah.
What do you think?
This looks amazing.
delicious.
So good. What kind of meat is that? Did you say?
Skirt steak.
My favorite.
It's really
I love
good.
it.
It tastes better than it looks. But again, we're feeding a lot of people, so it's been sitting. But the Latin food is so popular. I was shocked when we first started working together about when you take Latin food, and some people think it's Mexican's the only Latin food. It's not true.
Of course not.
And you start elevating it a little and really paying attention to the flavors and the Peruvian food, Cuban food, Argentinian food. And you start playing with, get creative. It's really good, and it's very popular.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
tacos are we have tuna tartar tacos, but it's just easy to eat.
Yeah.
And rice is wonderful.
Yes.
I mean, rice is a staple with a lot of in the Latin community. But I love rice, and then you can do rice is like pasta. You can do so many things with it.
Yeah,
So we're having fun with it. We're having fun with it. And this is like crispy raviolis, empanadas.
Yeah.
But my favorite, which we don't make here because it's too difficult for this many people, is a good tamale. Love it.
Okay.
You know, but they're delicate. You gotta.
Yeah.
You can't make them for 800,000.
No, absolutely not. So, what is your favorite type of cuisine? While we're on the topic,
You know what? I like
what do
Chinese.
you? What Chinese food? Really?
But really good, like the
Okay.
high end, like
Of course.
great Peking duck. I used to work for Singapore Airlines, so I used to go there, Singapore and China a lot.
Okay.
And I just love some of the stuff they do with the crispy skins and the beautiful art and the dumpling and the flavor profiles. I like eating Italian food. I don't like cooking it.
Really?
Too simple. Yeah, but I love eating it. But I
Love it
like
too.
I like pastry too. I like making it and I like eating it. I don't eat junk food, sweets, but when I eat a good pastry, I'll eat. And I won't waste it on a bad donut or a candy bar.
Right. You have to make the calories count.
Yeah, but
you
I'm
got to
not
make
a
it
good
work.
restaurant. I want a good dessert. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, you just said Peking duck, which obviously being a Jewish kid growing up on Long Island, is a favorite,
treat.
a staple. Now, does it have to be, now for me, I like going to the down and dirty Chinatown, chop the duck off the window. Is there anything better?
No,
Right.
no, going to China.
Right?
Going to Beijing and get.
Oh,
It's really
yeah.
Peking duck originated in Beijing. Well, the people that do it consistently, let them do it for you. Like I've tried to make Peking duck. I can't make it the way they make it. It's like trying to make my own bacon or cheese. They make Peking duck. I'd rather buy a Peking duck from them. But we don't serve Peking duck. So when you go to a good restaurant, Hutong is a good one in New York. They do Peking duck and they carve it at the table. It's something, and then if the sauce is not too sweet and good, fantastic. But there's like, to me, it's a craftsman dish. You got to know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
It's not just with really any really popular dish, even if it's Caesar salad. If it's made right, you're reminded why it was great. Oftentimes they get dumbed down so much, but a good dumpling too. Just like anything, if it's done right, it's I'm getting hungry thinking about it.
Right? I think we got to go out for dumplings after this. We're right by Flushing. Let's do it. Maria, just one last time you have the street cred. You have the Puerto Rican street cred here. 1 to 10, what are we giving it?
An 11. An 11.
An 11. An 11. 11. All right, so for First Bite with Maria and Harlan, Soul Free, and of course the Donna Drake Show, Chef David Burke, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, my friend.